Hi guys, Sharina Scar here. Welcome to my channel. So today I want to give you a step-by-step on how to make a large-scale neon sign. So the one behind me is the one that I made for my daughter's playroom. It's a 48 by 36 inch and I made it for less than 40 bucks. So you can actually do any word that you want. I decided to do play, but I just wanted to give you the step-by-step on how I made this one so that you can make your own.
Okay, the first step was finding a neon cord that was up to par. I bought a few to compare, but most of them were super thin and didn't put off enough light. So when I found this thicker neon cord, it was exactly what I was looking for. It puts off a ton of light and it bends pretty well. For this particular method, you want to try to use the entire 16 feet of neon cord for the word that you choose, unless you don't mind the cord running off the side of the sign. It helps if you make a quick template by taping your word on a large piece of cardboard. By doing this, you'll have a much better idea of how big the sign will be and how to distribute your cord allowance for each letter. I had a piece of plywood left over from another project, so I decided just to use that. I cut it down to 48 by 36, and after a quick sanding, I primed and painted it the same white color as the wall. I wanted the wood on the wall to somewhat disappear so that the pink neon was actually the focus. Using my cardboard template as a rough guide, I free-handed the letters on the board, and then I used some tape on the top and the bottom of the word to ensure that the letters were all the same height and the same distance away from the edges of the board. With this method, your word will have to be in cursive, so your cord simply flows from one letter to the next. Next, get ready for an arm workout. Pull out your drill and use the smallest drill bit that you can find, at least 1/8 of an inch or smaller, because you don't want the holes to show from underneath the cord. Make holes about 1.5 inches apart along the line of your word. I would recommend stopping a few inches before the end of your last letter in case your cord runs short and you will have to make a little adjustment in the letters. Next, you're going to want to use a larger drill bit to drill a bigger hole so that your cord can fit through it and run along the back. Don't worry about the hole, you can just use a little bit of spackle to touch it up and put a little paint on it. Okay, the next step will take the longest. Thread some fishing line onto a large quilting needle and secure it to the back using a knot or some tape near the first hole. Run the fishing line from the back of the hole, loop it around the neon cord, and then back through the same hole. Continue sewing along the line to secure the cord over all of the holes, making sure to pull tightly enough to secure it onto the board, but not too tightly that you cut the cord with the fishing line. I made this mistake a couple times, but don't worry, your cord will still light up. I didn't want to simply glue the cord onto the board because I knew it wouldn't be strong enough to hold, especially in the areas where the cord has to be doubled. For those places where the cord needs to be doubled, I would recommend looping the fishing line around it several times to keep it bent tightly beforehand so it will be easier to secure it onto the board. You can always go back and use a glue gun after you're done to adjust the cord a little bit if you need to. In regards to hanging the sign, I just attached 2 boards along the top and the bottom so that the sign sits slightly away from the wall, and I added the picture wire to that. There's a ton of different ways that you can hang it. This is just what I chose to do. And that's it. You have yourself a massive neon sign for less than $40. Tell me in the comments below, if you made this, what would your sign say? And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Bye.